Hi, today we're here with Robert Mize from our technical support team, and we want to talk about the question what our customers can expect from us when they have a downtime situation, when they need urgent support. Our customers work in a 24/7 operation, so that quick response is absolutely critical. Robert, what happens when they call in?
Typically, we get a call with a machine serial number and the basic idea of what the problem is. Usually we try to respond within about 10 minutes to the customer. At that point, we'll gather some more information, try to get an idea of what this situation that they're dealing with is, mechanical, electrical, and then we walk them through. We use many different technologies to help with that. Sometimes it could be over the phone, just a phone conversation. We could use Augmented Reality, where we send a link, we can see what they're looking at, and that helps with new machines. If there's like nomenclature issues or something like that, it helps a lot. Physical setup of a machine. And then we also could remote in to their computer if they want us to, or we have a device that we actually put in our machines where we could remote into that machine itself and
into
don't even
PLC.
need into the PLC without the interference or requirements of the computer from the customer. And then we can see what's going on and help them diagnose the problem and resolve it.
Okay. So the remote support is usually the first step that you take, just to figure out what are we dealing with.
Yes, we have to identify the issue that they're dealing with. And even if we may even incorporate people like say with our augmented reality, we could actually bring in engineers if we need to, if it's something that's a scope that is beyond what we think we could want to do by ourselves, a second set of eyes.
Okay, the augmented reality is basically a video, and then you can draw on that video to help the customer understand, like, I need information right here, or turn a switch here, or
correct. And that really helps with people who are new to the machine, because there is nomenclature issues, and in order to alleviate that whole problem, we do use that, and it's just an app they put on their phone. We hop on, we could circle something as we look down the machine, something that we want to pay attention to or want to come back to, and we could go down the machine, and when we circle back to that area, that still remains as a reference point for them. And they actually could keep that video, they can save that video for later.
Okay, perfect.
So that works very well.
And then for remoting into their computer or to remote into their PLC, we use E1.
To go directly, we'll split that into two parts. Okay. We could go directly without them needing any computer, and that would be through our E1, which is a remote access. We already worked with an Ethernet connection that they provided to the machine through a secure VPN server. We log into that, and we could log in and see what's going on, and that would help us diagnose what's going on in the logic. And so it helps tremendously. We could really nail down quickly what the issue is, and that helps a lot. That's one direction to go. The other direction is if they want to see what's going on and follow along, and we're actually teaching them how to troubleshoot also. If they have the software to log into the PLC, they can log in, and we send a link, a one-time use link, and we get remote access onto their computer, and it's up to their comfort level. We could walk them through what we want to see, or they may let us go ahead and take control, but that's all on the comfort level of the customer.
And to get into their computer, none of this is like, we don't ever have access to it until they give us access.
Yes, actually, we have to usually be on the phone with them. We have to, because we send them a link, and then we walk them through. You got to click the link, you got to run the program, and then you have to give us consent.
Okay.
So it's almost 3 tiers of safety on that.
Okay. Do they have to be prepared in advance for these kind of support mechanisms, or is that something that you can quickly help them get to in the moment? So let's say E1 we know is standard on our equipment. So if you have equipment of the last few years, you know you have your remote access capability standard. With the augmented reality, you say that's just a link, so that should be pretty quickly?
Yeah, that's usually when we send that, usually within about 3 to 5 minutes. We're online with that.
And remoting into their computer, do they have to be prepared in any way for that?
They would, because they would need that software to talk to the PLC, whichever version of software has to be there.
So if they don't have that, or if they don't know if they have it, what do you do?
We do the E1.
Okay. So once you kind of nail down, this is what we're dealing with, what's the next step?
Then it's just a matter of what it takes to go to resolve it. If it's an electrical issue, we may have them read a couple things, maybe flag a photo eye, and that we can diagnose whether it's a photo eye, a cable, or something not get through the program. So.
Okay.
And so we usually, for example, I just had that call just before I came in here. Customer brand new to our machines, didn't know how to read a photo eye, and he didn't have no way of logging into it. And we were able, I was able to walk them through and identify it was actual photo eye, and they actually they replaced it with the wrong kind. So very quick and easy.
What's the time to resolution on most of these calls?
Our average time for me to say a difficult problem is say about less than an hour.
Okay.
On average, I took 3 calls last night. I think the longest one was 45 minutes, but I always stay on. Once we resolve a problem, we like to stay on the line, make sure they run whatever is a comfortable amount of product through the machine to say it's good to go. So that's usually in 15 minutes of our time. So
and
it goes pretty quick.
If we need engineering support, obviously we can call them into the remote technology, whichever one we're using.
Correct. Yeah, they could actually log in right with us, and view exactly what we're viewing. Completely, they could be at home and we could be in the office, or vice versa, or anywhere, and we're right remote in.
And if it can't be resolved over the remote technology, whichever one we're using, how quickly can we send somebody out into the field?
If the machine is down, we usually try to dispatch somebody within 24 hours to get the machine back up and running. I can say that the nice thing about it is in our calls, we resolve upwards of 80% of down situations over the phone, over a remote access of some sort.
And at Pearson, we don't charge for the remote support. That is.
Yeah, that's free of charge. Yeah, we're here to help the customer on that.
Okay.
The whole idea is just get them being able to meet their goals.
Okay. Do you have any success story that comes to mind that just really stuck with you?
Yeah, actually, one was I really like it because we support all of our machines that we've ever made over the phone. So I had a 1974 machine, so very old machine, and the person bought it and they were having trouble, and we got that going. The nice thing about it is he called back the next day, surprised that we even had support for a machine that old. And it was just literally another thing, some sensors they had incorrectly. But we got it up and running, and he called back and was asking for, I want to go more with your machines, and it brought interest, and he was able to start looking at a line situation instead of just a one machine situation. That's my favorite one that I have.
Perfect. Yeah, 74, that's an old machine.
Yeah, it was. Yeah.
All right. Well, thank you so much for your time.